Hello friends, today we are going to continue our previous video which is on number system part 1. So in this video we are going to study the real numbers, okay? So first of all, what are real numbers? So real numbers are all the numbers which we have studied here. It is irrational, rational, integers, whole number, natural number, every number which we have studied yet comes in the real number, okay? And the real numbers are of two types. What are they? They are rational and another is irrational, okay? So what are the rational numbers? The numbers which can be expressed in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q must be integer and Q must not be equal to 0, right? So if the conditions are fulfilled, the number is rational. And in irrational number, if the conditions are not fulfilled, it's an irrational number. Okay, understand? So in irrational number, let's take an example, under root 2. Okay, in under root 2, what we are going to do is, we can see that we can write it at under root 2 upon 1, right? It is in the form of P upon Q, but the P is not an integer. Okay, the P is in root, so it is not an integer, and if we will expand it, it will come 1.414 upon 1, infinite upon 1 will come infinite, right? So again the P is not an integer, okay? So we can see that the numbers which are in root, okay, some of the numbers which are in root not comes in the rational number, they comes in the irrational number. Now some of the numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of P upon Q. You can see that under root 2 is expressed in the form of under root 2 upon 1, but some numbers like decimal expansions. Okay, now how decimal expansions? Like that, under root 2 is equal to 1.414, like that. So 1.414 infinite cannot be expressed in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q are not integer. P is not an integer, Q is not equal to 0, but P is not an integer. That's why the decimal expansion of under root 2 is not rational number. Okay, so we have come to decimal expansion. So decimal expansions are of two types. What are they? That are repeating, and the second is non-repeating. Okay, so in repeating decimal expansion, the decimal place which is like 1.414 or 0.333, if it is repeating, means that it is 0.3, so 3 is repeating, bar means it is repeating. Okay, understand? If it is 0.3 bar, which means 3 is repeating, and in non-repeating it is like 1.414782, like that. It is not repeating, right? It's not repeating, so it is non-repeating decimal expansion, and it's repeating, it is repeating decimal expansion. Understand? Now in repeating decimal expansion, we can convert the repeating decimal expansion into the rational number. Decimal expansion which is repeating, we can convert into rational number, but non-repeating cannot be converted into the rational number. Okay, so repeating can be recurred into the rational number, so it can be called recurring decimal expansion. In non-repeating, it is not recurring, so it can be non-recurring decimal expansion. Okay, so it can be called as non-recurring also, and repeating can also be called recurring. Understand? So we have studied about the real numbers. So real numbers are all the numbers which we have studied here, including the rational number, irrational number, integers and all. And it is of two types, rational number and irrational number. Rational number are the numbers which can be expressed in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q are integers and Q must not be equal to 0. and in irrational number, this can be, if any condition is not fulfilled, it is irrational, and if it is non-repeating decimal expansion, it also comes in irrational number. Okay, so in decimal expansion, there are two types of decimal expansion, repeating and non-repeating. Repeating can be recurrent to the rational number, so it is called recurring, and non-repeating cannot be recurrent to the rational number, so it is called non-recurring. Understand? So thank you for watching video, and in the next video we are going to solve the sum of the numericals based on this. So please watch the next video, and till then, bye bye.